See, the world is in a turmoil at the moment. Take a look around, right? Everybody got the mark of the beast. But the mark of the beast is the Dajjal, which is the one-eye system, the camera. Look around, everybody's holding the phones in their hand, little kids running around taking selfies. You got grown people taking pictures like little kids, wasting most of their life, telling most of their hidden secrets to people they don't even know. Right? And all the while, you have demigods walking around. You have entities opening portals. You have FBI, CIA monitoring people, giving them terrorist quotations above their head. The other day, I was minding my business. I don't even deal with the Wi-Fi, but sometimes I like to see what's going on with the Wi-Fi. And I turn on, I see the FBI surveillance van on my Wi-Fi. Right? So you speak against the agenda, which is the deception of deception or deceptive agenda. Now they want to call you a terrorist. You see, if you pray to Islam, you're a terrorist, right? But the only reason why they're doing this because the jinns, they fear the Quran, right? See, the story of Iblis is Set. You have to remember, Set is the god of the desert, right? So that means Shu, right, is what? Can move the sand from the Sphinx. That's why they don't want us to go back home. Then you got traders working with the Knights Templar called Shriners, right? Or particular Shriners. I don't even gotta call people names out anymore, right? But as we look, as the time goes on, the abyss has been opened. Everybody on earth is dead. It's definitely hell on earth. So who are you to judge, right? You just have one counterpart that are into, things that are not normal, but they're trying to normalize it. Then you have another counterpart that want reparations, want to help their children, want to teach the truth, and they're being victimized. So the hourglass is being turned upside down. The compass has been reversed, right? What is correct has been inverted, right? So you have to think about it. When you look at the context of the Bible is a narrative stolen from Egypt, right? So we look at Yah Shu Twa, right? So Yah, God of air, Atwa for best, right? See, the time is for you to wake up, right? The title itself as we go by, right? So what you need to understand is the reason why they have us in houses is because you're no longer sitting on the thrones, right? When you go to the hall, right, you will see 3 kings sitting there, and the valley of the kings, and they're sitting outside on the throne, because the throne has always been on top of your crown, right? This is why they made all these stupid puppets sitting in palaces. It really doesn't matter because they're not on the real thrones. You know what I'm saying? As you see in reels and pictures of all the gods, or should I say Zeus or whoever these people, they always have what you call an instrument to change the weather, right? Or we ether, weathermen, you see? So the poles, what they do, they open up the portals, You got some woman named Flairburn telling you only women can access portals. That's a lie. You see, this is the problem. It's always been like this since day one. The woman is too emotional, can't lead. And this is how it's always been. So as we move forward, you can see that they've changed the narrative from the Islamic prayers, which was just the openings of the ritualistic texts of the Egyptians. So anyway, get back to Set. So Set, he's who you call Lucifer, Enki, Ea, whatever. The prince of air would be Ramesses, or you can call him Ramesses II, Ramesses III. It's up to you, however you want to call his name, right? Which always was the successor, or the Amir, right? Which is Patar, yeah? And you see, these people are sitting on electromagnetic thrones with the sun, because the sun is at its hottest point in the desert. So they was getting natural sun rays, nuclear sun rays, to harness solar energy. With this solar energy, they was able to open up wormholes here on Earth and teleport into the galaxy. Also move the sphere, which is the blue rock, always been a planet, which is a ship, up, more and up, right? So this is why they want to have you in the houses a lot, right? And this is why they don't want to send you back to your land where you come from. And they want to, make you forget, take foolish pictures looking like a puppet, looking like a kid, right? Fighting over the Rothschild's paperback petrodollar that is depleting. You see? So they knew about this, and they perverted EA, they perverted Enlil, they perverted all of these demis to state that they're devils, or they're bad people, or the light bearer, or this, etc. Right? And these are the people that's actually supposed to be on the thrones. At one point, we was all helping each other, keeping in communication via the serpentine, Kundalini, right? So as you see, it's coming back to that right now. Right? The existence of their governments is no longer. As the Amir, I state that it's time for war. Children to their schools, you bring them to their public gatherings, and they laugh at you. They look at you in despisement. They hate you. Right? You believe you're doing something, you're doing nothing, because your ancestors are sitting there upset because you still have not admitted the holy jihad. Right? As the Emir and commander of the Royal Navy, of the Mer Mujahideen Dajjadi, it's time to stand up for this jihad. Stop being fooled and poisoned. Stop wasting your time. Because none of you have the ability to do anything, because you are not the king of the earth. You cannot do anything. You could just talk and waste time and dismay people. Alright? And as for you people that's committed treason and treacheries against me, you will feel 1,000 deaths, and your head will be decapitated publicly. Not yet, because you are no longer a threat. You see, you have to pick and choose your battles. A smart king knows when to pick and choose his battles. Prevention is better than cure, right? But at the same time, you have to understand, to hold a grudge would be to hold a heavy heart. And we weigh the heart on the duat. Okay? So I've ran through most of the puppets, I've ran through most of the fools, and they have exposed themselves of part of the agenda to something they don't even control. So who is the real puppet? You see, you have been fooled and used. You see? So now we have to understand that it's the time that we figure out how to get back to the desert so we can raise the Sphinx. Right? The Hall of Amentes has always been under the Sphinx. None of you control the Sphinx. You can't even have questions with the Sphinx, and the Sphinx doesn't telepathically speak to you because you are not a royal king. You're wasting time. I know most of you come on my page to get little notes, write it down, and then go on your feed and do what you have to do. I know people is even blocking me because they don't want the truth to be put out there of their perverted ways. You see, God has never been a perverted person. God has never been a molestful person. God has never been a pedophilian person. God has never been a homosexual person. You understand? And this is what they're trying to fool the masses in, because they don't simply want you to reproduce. They're starting to see that they're losing because they're not reproducing as much. They're dying of cancer. You see? The sun is getting hot. You see? So now is the time for the foolishness to end. You follow? The real Mujahideen, the Jedis, Royal Navy, know what time it is. You hear me? And I speak as the Emir and the commander of the Royal Maritime Navy of the Mer. Right? You Odua. Your days are numbered for your treachery and treason against the Holy See. I'm holding on to the Ankh. Right? The days are numbered. Judgment day is now. Remember that. Many are dying while you're still playing around. Wadu, do what?